Hello, my friends. I'm here. I want to tell you my experience of having COVID 19. This is going to be a long video, y'all. This is going to be a long video because I'm going to explain in detail everything that happened to me. So let me get started. Let me get started. So I to visit my mother, and I noticed um, I started having this cough, and it wasn't a real bad cough. It was like a few coughs. But I told my mother that I was feeling funny, and I said, I haven't really coughed in a long time. I said, something is strange. I just don't feel good. So I came home the next day, and I was telling her, I called her, and I said, I still don't really feel good. My body just didn't feel right. And she said, you better go and do something about yourself. So I heard the urgency in her voice. And I said, well, I'm going to set it up where I go for something in the morning to the hospital. Because the hospitals over here are overcrowded. So that's usually what I do now. I try to go as early as possible. So if I'm let out of the hospital, that I'm not let out at nighttime, you know. So I had a bag packed, and I said, I have a feeling they are going to keep me. Still didn't have no idea that I had COVID. So what happened was the morning of going to the hospital, of course, I took my bath. That was a dumb mistake, y'all. What happened was I took my bath because you want to go to the hospital and you want to smell nice and everything. Took my bath, got out the bath, and I felt so tired. I felt so tired. So I laid on the bed, and I always, when I'm going somewhere, I give myself 3 hours, because y'all know I'm disabled and I got other conditions and stuff. Give myself 3 hours. So I said, I'm going to take a little nap here. So I slept a little bit. I got up and I sat on my bed, and I looked at my computer, and it said I had a delivery here. Mind you, it's early in the morning. So I said, I'm going to the hospital. They may keep me. I better get my shipment from the mailroom or whatever. Went to the mailroom. The package wasn't there. I looked, and it was like down the steps. So I had no idea that this box would be so doggone heavy. I took all my strength. I pushed that box up the steps. Then I went to my apartment, and I started feeling real tired again. So I said, I'm going to lay down again. I laid down. Then I woke up, and I found out it was a little late for my transportation. I don't know how that happened, because it usually doesn't happen to me. What's wrong with this thing? That usually doesn't happen to me. So I took my bag. I rushed out of the house. I said, they may still be waiting. And as I was walking, it felt like I was floating. Just a weird feeling, y'all. So I went, and my transportation was out there. And the man said, I know you are a little late, but he said, we know you're going to the hospital. He didn't mention nothing about COVID. I didn't think of nothing about no COVID. So we get to the hospital, and when I get in the lobby, the guy has the thing to take your temperature. He took my temperature. As I'm walking inside of the hospital, I start feeling real weak. So The people were signing me in and everything, but I was standing up and the guy had me to sign that electronic thing, you know what I mean? And the guy said, "You have 5 more spots to sign," or something like that. I said, "I can't keep standing here." I said, "I need a wheelchair." So they got me a wheelchair, and I finished signing. They took me in the back. This smart behind emergency room doctor was trying to tell me that this is not an emergency. It's nothing wrong with you. You here? Why are you here? 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. This doesn't make any sense. Next thing I know, they're taking me in this back room. They put me in this machine, I guess, to check my stomach and everything. And they took me out. Then they took me in another room. And it was this young lady. She was real nice and friendly and everything. She says, "Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. The machine is saying you're dead, but you're here talking to me." So I figured it was something wrong with the machine, you know. So she went and tried to adjust the machine or look at it or something. And she said, "Oh my goodness, it's saying you're dead, you're dead." I said, "Maybe I'm dead and you don't know it." So just being silly, you know. So they took me upstairs, I guess to the COVID floor. And they told my family I was in ICU. I didn't know I was in ICU. You had me in the same room the whole while. So anyway, they next thing I know, all these doctor and people came in the room, and they were just looking at me, and I'm like, "The heck? What are they looking at me for?" Let me take a little drink here. They were just staring at me. Then they left out, and man had a machine. I don't know what all that was about. So next thing, then they came in and they started giving me antibiotics, and then it's this drug. I can't think of the name of it. It starts with an R, and they claim it's almost like a miracle drug, but I don't know all that, so I'm not gonna really say that. And they tested my sugar. I was stuck so many times, over and over and over and over again. And they told me I had COVID, and my blood pressure had dropped real low. I'm not going to tell you how low because I'm not sure. I just saw a 70 something, the top number. I don't know much about stuff like that. But the top number was like 70 something, and it kept dropping. So they gave me some kind of, I think they put in intravenous to bring my pressure back up. My breathing was horrible, y'all. You see, I'm on oxygen now. And so I was in the hospital since I think it was Sunday the 7th till the 15th. And they kept putting that antibiotic and that drug. I said start with an R. If I can find the name of the drug, I'll see if I can post it up here. If not, I'll put it in the description. And I noticed that these drugs that they was pumping in my body, it had like a real sweet but nasty smell. And I could smell it all throughout my body, my hair, everything. It just had that funny, weird smell. And so they come in over and over again, test my blood sugar, give me insulin. They gave me blood thinners. They gave me a thing for my stomach. It's almost like Prevacid. They gave me that. And so that was just the usual thing all day, all night. But I noticed they were a little bit slower at night. Excuse me. They were a little bit slower at night, and I had to have constantly have lung treatments. So you know, if you have COPD, asthma, like I have, that you're going to be on a nebulizer and have those treatments anyway. But it was like every hour I was getting those treatments, and they were making me feel a little better. But at night, I have so much trouble breathing at night, and they wasn't coming in the room as much. So that bed was getting to me, the hospital bed. Just the bar, it was bothering my back and everything. And I just was praying. I was praying and praying. I said, Lord, please let me go home. Please, Lord. Please, please help me. I felt like a Mack truck had hit me. My body just, I didn't think I was going to make it, y'all. I wasn't doing well. I wasn't doing well at all. I wasn't doing well at all. So they start testing my, what you call it? Testing my oxygen. And my oxygen was too low. It was very low. And they had me doing these breathing exercises and stuff to so-called strengthen my lungs. But I know my lungs is not good because asthma, COPD anyway. I don't know how I got this COVID, y'all. I don't know how I got it. I have suffered. I was on the list, so-called list to get the shot 4 weeks before this happened, and I wasn't getting no notification to get the shot because honestly, y'all, I was stuck. They were sticking me in the hospital anyway. I got bruises on my arm. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, bruises, different parts of my body. I got bruises from being stuck so much, my stomach and everything. But if I had to take 20 of those COVID shots, I would do it. This is not something you want. I'm telling you. This is a horrible experience. Horrible experience. I blow my nose and I see like scar tissue and stuff coming out. I don't know how long I'm going to be on oxygen. I don't know if this is going to just be a regular thing. I'm going to show you the little device they gave me to check my oxygen. I'll be right back. So I'm out of breath, y'all. So this is called a pulse oximeter. And it lets you know how you're breathing, how you are breathing. Right now, you said I'm not breathing that well. So this is what it looks like. So I'm going to test it right now to see how it is. They were telling me if it's under 92, well, they said 92 is not good. But for a while, it was under 92. Each day, it started to get a little better, like 95, 96, but that's still not considered that good. So I'm going to put it on. And then I'm going to press this button. So you're going to start seeing the numbers go up. Right now, you don't see no numbers. is it not working? That doesn't look like a good sign, y'all. Well, the numbers didn't appear. Let me try it again. So they tell you sometimes to warm up your hands and all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Because if it don't do no better than that, I best be calling 911, y'all. So I hope some numbers appear and that they're decent. Because even though I have oxygen, oxygen ain't all that good. I mean, it is better than nothing. So I'm putting this back on. Press the button again. Let's see. Okay, it's saying 96. The bottom number is important. They said the top one is important, but the bottom one is more important. Why did it shut off like that? So while I'm waiting for the numbers to come up, I have a big oxygen tank in my bedroom. They gave me a portable one, the old-fashioned portable ones, 95. And I'm gonna see, can they give me, I don't know why this keep cutting off because it's not supposed to be doing that, but I'm gonna see if they can give me a better portable one so when I go out, because right now, y'all, I haven't been able to go out. I mean, things is really, really bad. It's really bad. I prefer to be home though. 94. I prefer to be home. I've been using Instacart. Ladies and gentlemen, that Instacart is a blessing, y'all. It is really, really a blessing because they'll put stuff near my door and I'm not able to go out. I'm like a fall risk. If I go anywhere, I start to feel like I'm going to pass out, and I notice that, oh, it went to 98. That's a good sign. You can see it. So when I start stirring around, I get short of breath. 98, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm going to turn this off now. But the message I want to say is, a lot of people are afraid to tell people to get the shot. A lot of us have heard the stories of the past, and they're legitimate stories. Just got to be honest. They are legitimate that people were experimented on. But if you don't get the shot, you're not going to be able to constantly fight off these diseases. I got to find out whether I had the variant because I kind of think I did because I was being very careful. I got all kinds of masks and stuff here. But they said that variant is easier to catch. So you don't want COVID, y'all. You do not. It'll mess your lungs up. It will mess your body up. Today is the 22nd, I think, or the 23rd. 22nd, I believe. I'm losing time, y'all. 8 days in the hospital, not knowing that you're going to come home. Your family can't see you. I talk to them on the phone. talk to them on the phone, but it's not the same thing as seeing someone in person. You know, my grandchildren, I haven't seen my grandchildren, but I am used to being home, alone. I have company sometimes, but this thing will rip your life apart. Wear the mask. Don't be like some of these people in these different states and stuff, out partying and doing this and stuff because COVID is deadly. I'm not completely out of the woods, y'all. I'm not. And like any other illness, at night is when you really, really notice it. You my breathing is so much worse at night. It's bad in the daytime, but it's really worse at night. And you start to get very fearful. I had gotten this real bad headache the other day, and it was like pounding. It was like somebody took a hammer and was bang, 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 bang. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? So you don't want to put your life on the line. You don't want to sacrifice your family, your children. You don't want your kids to be orphans. Even if you're grown, you don't want your parents to die. You don't want to die from this. This thing is like living in hell. It really is. I'm so used to being independent and, I like to shop and stuff like that, even if I don't buy anything. But to feel confined, like right now, honestly, I don't feel like I can go anywhere because of the weakness in my body. If you don't listen to anybody else, please not tell you anything wrong, but this is not what you want. And the things that they're doing with them shots, I mean, some people can get the shots, but I thought that people with these underlying conditions, that we would be kind of first on the list. I'm not mad about the essential workers getting the shot. They should. They work with all kinds of people. But on the other hand, why some people can get the shots and they're finding all these secret shot centers and this and that and all this stuff, but the people who really, really need it and who are vulnerable cannot get the help that they want. It doesn't make any sense. And you got people skating around acting like this thing ain't nothing, and oh, we're gonna party and we're gathering here, and these states with these people talking about they're gonna lift the mask mandate. Well, then that's like a mass. I'm not gonna say that word. But it's like you're gonna let a lot of people die because you're selfish and you're ignorant. Some of these places the thing is spreading. It's spreading real fast. I'm blessed right now to be here. I don't know what's going to happen with this illness. I don't. But what I do know, a lot of you have prayed for me. My sister prayed. My sister's church and all them praying. And I have been feeling I can feel the prayers. I can feel the prayers. Even though I can't breathe at 100%, I'm doing better than I thought I would because it was dark, y'all. It was dark. I was depressed in the hospital. I will never forget this one lady came in the room. I had another person, in my room too. She stayed, but I think 2 days, And then she went home. She was there before me. So I spent a lot of time in that room alone. But before the lady went home, this lady came in the room and she said, she had like a funny name. I ain't gonna even say a name because, people know people. She said, I just want to tell you, sister, and you too, sister. She said, y'all gonna make it out of here. She said, God got something for you to do. It's not over. And I said, I hear it. I accept it. I fully accept it. So the day that I was supposedly get released, they was making all kinds of excuses. One minute I was getting released and they was changing up on me. We had the same food every single day and it was horrible. Horrible. No taste, no nothing. And I know they say with COVID you can't taste and I could taste that and it was horrible, y'all. Just slop. Every day. You're not giving us no menu. At least have 3 things to switch between. You giving me the same doggone food every day. So I'm gonna go back to when it was messing me around with my day to get released. They fooled around all day because I was going through a depression. It's no lie. I was depressed. I said, Lord, please, please let me go home. I just want to be in my own bed, eat my own food. And he did it. I came home that night on March 15th and ambulance brought me home. And they helped me to my door and get in and everything. Then I had to call. I had the portable oxygen on. And they told me as soon as you get home, you got to call the oxygen company or you're going to have a big problem because she said it's only 5 hours of oxygen in that portable. So I called the people and they came, I say like 45 minutes, brought the big oxygen and put in my room. And they told me I cannot cook. Y'all know I love to cook. Can't use the stove, no light matches, no candles. I like those wax melts, y'all. I can't even do that. And so I was looking on YouTube and I was saying that you can use your crock pot, you can use your microwave, and probably could get an air fryer and use that. So I've been doing a lot of crock pot meals and they are delicious. My mother's best friend brought me some food, cooked food, and that's just amazing. And my sister, my family really came together to support me. And they showed me just how much they love me. But y'all, please think about the shot, please. Please, you do not want this. You do not want this. When I take this out of my nose, and it's not that long, my breathing goes way down real low. Which means I don't know if I'm getting off this oxygen. I'm going to pray that I do. But I know some people are saying, oh, they just experimenting. I am not taking that shot. You don't take it, eventually you may be in my shoes, honey. You may be in my shoes. Because this thing is spreading. It's not so much, it's not all about, which it is, protecting you, but it's about protecting other people too. Look at all the people we lost. In my county alone, we have lost so many people. The school that's not too far from here, they lost a lot of people. So if they had that opportunity back then, when that shop wasn't available, if they had it, they would have jumped on this. they would have jumped on it. So now I have to wait like 90 days, and I have to see where I can get the shot at, the vaccine. But I want y'all to know that I love y'all. I will not be on YouTube that much unless things change. Um, I want to thank all of y'all who's been praying. I want to thank Queen Sandra for making a video. I don't know if anybody else made a video. I got to check. But thank y'all so much for your prayers and being so caring and wonderful to me. Because like I said, in May I'll be on YouTube 9 years, and it's been a blessing, y'all. Even through things like this, YouTube is here for a reason. It's not just a bunch of foolishness and people acting crazy and all that stuff. It's about connections, great connections with people. So, trust God with all your heart and do not lean to your own understanding. This situation has strengthened my relationship with God because I've seen some blessings already. But I'm going to get off this thing, and thank you for watching. And, I can't tell people what to do. It's really none of my business, but we have to take responsibility, y'all. This thing is not a walk in the park. Protect your kids, protect yourself. Sometimes you got to do things that you don't want to do. Do what's right for you, your community, and your family. So let me stop running my mouth and get over here and go over on that bed, y'all, because this old lady needs to lay down. I'm just praying. I'm supposed to be 55 in July, and I'm praying because I do have a lot of things that I want to do this year, and I want to not be sick and do them. So keep praying for me. I love y'all.